And we are live. Okay, so hello everybody. I'm live. I get a bit nervous with live, so bear with me. So in this live, we're going to talk about Webtalk. So not sure if you've seen the last one or if you've been invited by your friends or not, but what I do is I just share the screen and I'll just talk a little bit about it to let you know what it's about, that sort of thing. How you going, White Trash Connection, Jonah and Deanna? How are you? Thank you for coming, and let's get into it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to share the screen. Now, this one's going to be about Webtalk and RJ. So we're going to be talking about both of them. So the last one we did, it was a live as well, and it was about what Webtalk is. This one's going to be like also what it is, but more about it and about RJ. So I'm just going to share the screen. So okay, so I'm going to go. So the first thing I want to do is I just want to show you what the last one is, just to make sure everyone knows. And that is, so on the channel, if you see this one here, Webtalk presentation, this last one was all about Webtalk and what it actually is and that sort of thing. So what you can see with your eye, that's more about that. And we're on this one right now. So I'll just go back here. So if you have been invited, okay, so if someone has invited you to this live or someone has shared this live with you after the live, and they've got a Webtalk link, go to them and sign up Webtalk through their link. Okay, and that's pretty important. You're going to understand why soon. Or if you watched the last one, you already understand why. So if you have found this by chance, if you've just come across the algorithm and you've come across this video or something, or it's just popped up in your feed and you want to join Webtalk at the end of this, you can find a link to join. It is invite only at the moment. You can find a link to join at webtalklegends.com. There's a link in the descriptions. War of Legends. And if you scroll down here, you can click on any of these members' names and that will redirect you to our Webtalk sign up link. Now, these members here are patrons of this channel, allowing me to give you guys these lives, allowing me to make more content, allowing me to partner with others to bring you more content and more quality, that sort of thing. So these people here are all the reason why I'm here. So please go and find one of their links and join up if you've found this in the YouTube algorithm. But as I said, if you've been invited, please make sure to go back to whoever invited you to this video or shared this video with you and use their link. So now what I'm going to do in this video is I want to talk about Webtalk, but what it actually is. So to understand what something is, you really want to understand who is behind it. So I'll just go, if you can just let me know, you can see, let me know if you can see my screen before I do this. So can you all see my screen? Can you just type yes, just so I make sure before I go in this? So with Webtalk, you want to understand who's behind it, and that is RJ Garbowicz. I think that's how you say his name. And the way I look into most things is look at the person, not the product. And so for an example, for you to understand what SpaceX is, you just got to know, all right, thanks gold and silver. All right, I'll go back in here. You've just got to know who Elon Musk is. So for an example, Elon Musk believes that if we don't recolonize on another planet, we're going to die out as a species. And when you know that about Elon Musk, you know what SpaceX is. So this is an old video of RJ that I just want to watch with you guys before we keep going. And it's just something that he did a presentation at Ignite Tampa Bay. Now, this is 2019. This is going to give us a little more understanding of the direction of Webtalk. So I'm just going to press play here.
Good evening, everybody. My name is RJ Garbowicz. I'm the founder CEO of Webtalk. Tonight, I'm actually going to talk to you about something, thank you very much, that is very important to me. And it's the future of AI and robotics. I got the stool because you're going to have to sit down for this one. Right now, you'll see single function robots moving along and cleaning homes. They are, I'll jump right into the future of AI as it stands. Futuristics of AI and all the experts from Hanson Robotics, including Elon Musk and his companies, are predicting that artificial intelligence is going to surpass the knowledge, the collective knowledge of the entire human race by 2025. Now, what this means is a new future. And that new future is all going to be based on robots and artificial intelligence doing jobs. This slide actually is supposed to show about the data that's 2.5 quintilobytes of data that's created every single day. The data that's being created every day is what's fueling AI. And last year, over $500 billion between private and public sectors was invested into artificial intelligence and robotics. And the single purpose is because of money. Robots don't have an off switch. You can run them 24/7, 365, and you don't have to pay them vacation and sick days. They are going to replace many human jobs in the very near future. So it's already happening. Single function robots, they're using software that codes them for one particular function. Exist, and these robots are already replacing millions of jobs around the world. You can walk into Amazon plants right now, and you'll find maybe a handful of employees where there used to be hundreds in every warehouse. Now they're moving to home services, maids, pool services, but this is just the beginning. These are one function robots, and they're moving beyond the simple tasks. Now they're in complex tasks. Now you can go to entire farms and you won't see a single human being. The entire process of farming is being completely automated by robots. Everything from mining crops to filtering crops to spraying crops to picking weeds. All of it is being automated. The hospitality industry is changing. There are now, especially over in Asia already, robots that are replacing chefs. They're replacing waiters. They're replacing bartenders. They're replacing hostesses. Robots are replacing everything. Google is about to change the transportation industry in the next 5 years. Google owns Waymo. Waymo has self-driving trucks and cars already on the road in Arizona, and they're looking to expand in the next 3 years across the country. They're autonomous, on-demand, self-driving trucks and cars. For $100, you'll no longer need insurance, a car payment, or gas. You'll be able to call a car on demand. Military has been doing it for decades. Our U.S. military spends 10 times more than the next 9 countries behind. Why? Because of AI and robotics. Their entire government's being automated. White collar is already being hit too. Right now you can have Google Assistant now replaces your assistant. They'll make phone calls for you, schedule everything. You've got tons of AI and robotics already in first generation, but this is just the beginning. All the money that's being poured in the last 3 years, trillions of dollars globally, hasn't even had an effect yet. This is all research and development money. In the next 6 years, the second generation of robotics is already going to be among us. And Hansen in Hong Kong, funded by the Chinese government, is already here. Hansen Robotics has developed not one, but 2 humanoid robots that they're predicting the next 3 years will be smarter than the collective intelligence of the entire human beings. Take this knowledge, take what they've coded in somebody's robot, and then put them into the functions of the Honda Osmo robot that can do everything a human can do, but hasn't had the intelligence to do it yet. These robots are going to be coded to build homes, to do every single manual labor job, to do every single administrative job. And it's going to look like this. The clock is ticking. They are literally, this is not science fiction, this is happening within the next decade. Once artificial intelligence get plugged into multifunctional robots, jobs by the millions, tens of millions, and eventually hundreds of millions are going to be gone. And what's going to replace them? Robots are eventually going to replace themselves. They're going to fix themselves. They're going to be on their own replacement line. So then what? You have Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg and Stephen Hawking all claiming for universal income because people are going to lose their jobs. Right now it's time to act. We need regulation. If we don't regulate it, we don't teach our children in school from 5th grade and on how to code and how to develop and how to be an active part of this, and who knows what's going to happen. So today is the wake-up call for what's about to happen. Thank you very much.
So that was just, I wanted to show you what RJ is about. So that's RJ Garbowicz. He is the CEO and founder of Webtalk, and he controls the direction Webtalk heads. Before Webtalk, he actually had a few other tech companies, but he sort of like merged them and designed Webtalk to an all-in-one platform. So Webtalk is an all-in-one platform. It's like a LinkedIn cross with a Facebook. And the reason why, as you can see now, so you look at the reason why Elon Musk has SpaceX is because he believes we need to move to another planet to survive with our human race. Same with RJ. So that's just a little clip of him in 2016. That is what he believes the future is coming. So everything you see inside Webtalk is preparing for that future that he envisions himself. Okay, so I'll just go through your comments and stuff. Make sure there's nothing I need to answer. So now we've kind of got an understanding of what RJ has in his mind, what RJ is thinking. We know where he's heading with Webtalk. So that's the main reason I wanted to give you that little clip, because I know many of you haven't seen that yet. But it's an eye opener, because when you actually think about it, I see many people fighting to not go through a self-service checkout because they don't want to put someone out of a job. But you can whinge, you can complain, you can moan. You're not going to be able to change it. The only thing we can do is adapt. And that is why Webtalk is a part of why Webtalk is here. Not the whole reason. Webtalk is also a communication platform, a connection platform. It's to help us network, that sort of thing. But a part of it is to give us that opportunity to not have to worry so much about the future and instead prepare for the future. Sorry, COVID. No, not really. I don't know if I'm allowed to joke about that. But anyway, I'll go back to share screen and I'll go to Webtalk again. So what I want to show you now is Webtalk is real. It is a serious thing. I've went off my share screen. Okay. So I'll go into here. And I'll just say, so this is just who is, okay? So anyone can look up who is. You can just Google RJ, you can Google Webtalk. You're going to find out a lot of information about it. But what I want to show you is here, it was actually registered in 2010. So many people say, well, if it was registered then, why isn't it live yet? So the reason why it's not live yet is because it's all self-funded. Now, it's all self-funded for two reasons. One, because they don't want to lose control, and the other, to give us opportunity. So I want to take you in the opportunity part of it. So with Webtalk, like I said, it's like a LinkedIn cross with a Facebook. Now, because it's a LinkedIn cross with a Facebook kind of thing, LinkedIn has upgrade options. I'll just take you in them first. So with LinkedIn, you've got these sort of upgrade options where you can connect with more people, do more targeted search, that sort of thing. Webtalk's the same. So Webtalk gives you that opportunity to upgrade just like you got it in LinkedIn. So it's exactly the same as LinkedIn, but it's different with their upgrades. So you can see here, Pro Upgrade, Pro. So it's cheaper than LinkedIn as well, may I add. And we can remove ads as well. So, but you can get all these features much like LinkedIn, but it's also very similar to a Facebook with the feed and that sort of thing. So you can post photos, you can post videos, you can post files, you can tag people, all that sort of stuff. Now you've got this upgrade option. I'm a pro, I've ran out of spotlight posts, but you got these spotlight posts and that's going to send out a notification. So it's a very targeted, really good all-in-one platform. And when you post, you can control who sees everything you post, that sort of stuff. So it's just picture LinkedIn and Facebook having a baby, and also watch my last live because I really do explain that in some good detail, like what Webtalk is. So now with that, they've been around since 2010. Now, it's taken them a long time to develop, but the reason being is because they want to keep the control. They don't want to get money off big corporations, that sort of thing, put in an algorithm and lose control. We've got freedom of speech on Webtalk. So, like a lot of stuff's going on with censorship right now and mainstream media's controlling the narrative and all that sort of stuff. We don't have that control in this platform. So the moment you are in Webtalk and sharing Webtalk, you are actually helping fight that. So that thing that you see so many millions of people complaining and writing and all that sort of crap, you can actually help that by simply joining Webtalk and spreading Webtalk. Instead of just adding to the fire, you can actually help by sharing this platform. And with this bonus, so the way they are funding, they've started up a bonus, and it's a referral bonus for 5 levels, and they're sharing back 50% of revenue with us just for sharing the platform if we're a pro member or if we are a pro platinum member. So if we upgrade and we share this platform, we get revenue shared back to us, 10% of each person that we invite and 5 levels deep. So we're getting 50% of the revenue they generate, just like, so you imagine getting 50% of everyone that you've invited to something like TikTok or something like that. Because I'm pretty sure many of us out there have shared TikTok with our friends. Many of us out there have shared Pinterest to our friends. Many have shared anything, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, but we don't get any revenue. This is the same, but the way they're doing this is they're giving us an opportunity to prepare for that future. So you can see here, I've got a bonus. So they've got these bonuses. First 1,000 is gone, but we're in this one here. But you can see every single member that I invite, I get $5 for them down at the registered members that have completed their profile. I'll get $5 each from them. You can see here, I've got like 28,000. That's just locked in amount. And every time someone else earns $100, it releases that $5 to me. So you can see I've got 55 released to me. Now, this is just a bonus. I'm just showing you because it's on the screen. But that means 11 people underneath me, 11 people that I've invited, have earned over $100 here. So that alone is pretty cool. Like knowing that 11 people have earned $100 because I've given them a platform, that's pretty cool. Like that's no other platforms are doing this. Now you can see these super early bonuses. All you got to do is get a Webtalk account. You can use your Webtalk account for free. It's a free platform to join. But if you do decide to prepare for that future that RJ is talking about in that clip and upgrade, you can lock yourself in the 5 levels, and you can see what you'll get is any revenue shared now and in the future for 5 levels. And if I go to just here, this part here, so coming soon, marketplace, what he is planning to do is pretty much take over a lot of, well, not take over, but compete with a lot of online places. So you got something like Amazon. He's going to compete with something like Amazon. Now, if you look at the Amazon market cap, it was like 167 billion or something dollars last year, or something like that. I can't remember the exact number. I should have had that on the screen. But that's how much Amazon generated. Now, Amazon did not share nothing back. We have a chance if we help Webtalk succeed, we push Webtalk, and we share Webtalk with our friends, we can get anyone that we've invited into Webtalk, when they begin to launch these platforms, we're going to get 10% back. And we're already getting 10% back. So we're already getting 10% back. Like if it was our Facebook, they generate ad revenue. We get 10% back from the ad revenue that anyone we invite in generates. And we also get 10% for ourselves as well. But they're planning to add these extra things in the future. Okay, these aren't now. As you can see, it's been launched in 2010 and it's still not live yet. So this would be when it's live, but this is because it is self-funded. And now the reason why it's self-funded is they want to keep the control. They don't want to give it over. So you can see they're going to add games. They're going to add travel. They're going to add classified ads. They're going to add more. There is more pages of this, but I don't want to be too long. I like to keep these nice and short so you don't get bored. But I'm going to do these every week just so you know. So it's going to be like a separate subject on Webtalk each one because I like to change it up. So you can see they're going to add all of this. Now, it's taken them longer to add all of this because they are relying on our support. And they're relying on our support because they don't want to lose the control. And you can see it's all self-funded since 2010. And if you was to start something like this, the only way you're going to be able to succeed in it is if you sign over percentages of your company to other investors and that sort of thing. Now, Webtalk doesn't want to do that. They want us to be the investors. And that is why we've got that opportunity today to get in an upgrade. But I do want you, if you are thinking to join it, I do want you to watch that last video because I do explain that in more detail. So I'm just going to stop sharing the screen now. Sorry, I get real bad when I'm live. But yeah, so that is RJ's vision, and that's what RJ believes our future is going to be like. So feel free to drop any questions if you want to. I just wanted to take you through that today in this one, just show you what is RJ's goal here? What is he doing? And that is what he's doing. He's given us that opportunity to prepare for what he believes is coming. Same with someone like Elon Musk. He wants to go to Mars because he believes the Earth will end one day and we need to recolonize other places to keep our race survived. So yeah, I'm just going to go through your messages now, and we're probably going to stop around 20 minutes. Oh, we're already 20 minutes. So I'll just go through the messages, and then we'll call it end here. Now, as I showed you before, there is another video, okay, on Webtalk before this one. It wasn't a live. It was meant to be a live, but it explains what Webtalk is. So make sure if you share this to your friends and your friend goes, whoa, hang on, I didn't even think of the future like that. Show them what Webtalk is with the last video as well. Share them that. Sit down with them and watch them and explain. If you know what Webtalk is, explain to them a bit more detail than what I am. Like, I've got to sort of guess what everyone's thinking at the moment, but you're going to be able to sit there and like really walk through my videos or walk through RJ's video and show them Webtalk is this. If someone is complaining about censorship, show them what Webtalk is, because this is anti-censorship. If someone is complaining about inequality in the world, show them what Webtalk is, because this is trying to create equality. This isn't just a platform. It is a platform for us. So if you see the last video, it shows it is a platform to our eye, but there is more to Webtalk than what meets the eye. And that's what this video was about, just to kind of give you that understanding that it's not just a platform. This is a whole, it's a new age, and it's a new age we're going into. And what we are doing is we are preparing now for then. And that's even if it doesn't happen, even if AI doesn't end up taking majority of the jobs, which they already are. Like, if you see the self-service checkouts at your own shop, you already know AI is taking over your jobs. But even if it doesn't, do you really want to risk not setting something up and then passing down, not setting something up to your children? Like, I know personally, I didn't get much passed down to me. Nothing was set up because I guess my parents thought that their age is going to be the same in this generation as well. And now if I'm going to think, oh, what's going to be the same for my kids and my future, and not set something up, then I'm pretty much setting them up for doom. So you don't really want to do that. And this is a way we can set up something to hand down, to be ready for if it comes. So I'm going to, I hope it stays that way with freedom of speech. Yeah, definitely. So I really hope Webtalk stays that way with freedom of speech. But in saying that, that is why it's so important for us to get behind it. So if we're not behind it, they're going to have to go and put it on the stock market. They're going to have to go and get that investment elsewhere. We are the funding for Webtalk by upgrading to Pro, using the platform, generating that ad revenue to make sure they can keep that freedom of speech aspect. If we're not helping, if we're not supporting, if we're not spreading it, they will need, the only other way to succeed is go that opposite route, and that is to give into the algorithms, give into the rich people already. And the rich people already, you know, you don't want them. It's all about building for the future. Exactly right, gold and silver and gold. It is all about building for the future. Like, it doesn't, if you're on Webtalk, like a lot of people come into Webtalk thinking easy money, blah, blah. Don't think of it like that, because that is the majority of the mind frame. Majority of the mind frame will always be poor. Majority of the world will never have something, because that's the way they think. They think of the here and now, but you really want to try and be futuristic with this platform. You really want to come in here thinking, I've just got to prepare. What if what RJ says does happen? What if? Okay, ask yourself that. What if? Are you ready? Okay, so right now, your job, are you ready to lose your job to a computer? I don't know. I'm not. I don't want to lose my income to a computer. So this is one way that we can prepare. Even if it doesn't happen, what's the harm in preparing for it? So I really want you to just understand that about Webtalk. So I'm going to say my buys now. And also, if you've shared this to someone, I'll probably more confuse them. Well, I wouldn't have confused them more, but I would have given a bit more info. But share the last video as well to make sure they understand what it is. And I'll talk about what the platform is to the eye. Like right now, I'm talking about what it is and why, instead of so much what it looks like and what it actually is. You really enjoyed this. Thank you, White Chess Connection. Thanks, Jonah, for being here. Thanks, Deanna. Thanks, Silver and Gold. Thanks, Lorraine. I didn't see you until now. Hello. Can see it. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. I don't see any questions, so I'm going to say my buys. Thanks, everyone, for coming, and I'll see you on the next one, hopefully. Thank you, Silver and Gold, Joanna, and all of you. All right. Have a good day.